24 hours of jewelry featuring beautiful things we had in mind for Mother's Day. So stay tuned. By the way, we just checked in with Adam in Nashville. It'll be about 25 minutes from now. We'll be live in Nashville with Jennifer Nettles. It's going to be so exciting. But right now, I want to show you another ring. This is a great, great ring. This is called the Om ring. And the Om ring, and I want to show you as we turn this around here, that symbol goes all the way around. This is a wonderful piece for $34.90. We get a lot of requests for this motif, for this design, and we don't see it very often, but I think this is really great.
This is one of the ancient motifs of the religions of India. Anybody who's taken a yoga class would know the Om sound, and you chant Om, and it has four syllables to it, and it goes all the way through, and the sound is, you go Om, and then that is three of the syllables. Then the final syllable is silence. So if you look at the syllable, it looks like a 3, and then there's a little circle and then a dot at the top. Each one of those represent the syllables in the sound of Om. And Om is considered in the Hindu religion by the Buddhists, the Jains, to be one of the primal sounds of the universe. And interestingly enough, as with many things that connect with yoga, with Ayurveda, as science has gone along, some of the things that they discovered thousands of years ago have turned out to be true. And some people believe, from listening to the sounds from deep space, that they can hear an Om sound in some of the sounds that NASA has recorded. And it's considered to be like the primal sound of the universe, the primal mantra.
This would be great for him or for her, frankly. This
Absolutely.
could be a ring for anybody. We have sizes 5 through 12 available. I love that the Om symbol goes all the way around. It's not just in the front. It's literally an eternity-style band. It's a nice thick band. I was trying to show you that from the side.
Lots
so it's
of silver.
solid silver, and you can see it's thick from the side, and it's all beautifully polished, so it's not hollowed out there. I want you to see. So you're getting, for $34.90, you're getting a lot of ring here. If you'd like it, it's 472-675. I do want to remind everybody, in 16 minutes, Jennifer Nettles live from Nashville. You don't want to miss it. Already 600 people have pre-ordered her CD, so you want to stay tuned for that. But right now, we are in the midst of the final 15 minutes of our 24-hour day of beautiful jewelry. Himalayan Gems has truly brought us amazing, amazing treasures from Nepal, from Jaipur, stones from all over the world, and we still have so many things we need to squeeze in the next 15 minutes. So if you'd like your Om ring, do not hang up. We see you there. We have a couple hundred only left. Thank you for your calls. But we have another set.